I don't know. You guys have a pose. I don't ever have a pose.
Hello guys, my name is Dominic Raffa and you're watching The Inn. I'm the student director down here and we're right now on a show called The Inn. Let me restart that. Hello, my name is Dominic Raffa, the student director down here at Illuminate Student Ministries, and you're watching The Inn, where you stay in the know of what's happening in Illuminate Student Ministry. I will repeat myself. And here are my co-hosts.
Isaac.
Melanie.
Cha-cha!
Why?
How have you been?
I can't complain.
I can complain, but I'm not going to.
Nice.
I have no reason to complain. Well, no, I do. I'm not going to.
All right, so everyone been doing all right, though.
Yeah.
We got all right?
Yeah.
So let's dive in real quick to what happened tonight. So we just had youth group. It was awesome. Really heavy lesson talking on evangelism. I'll give it a quick recap, then ask what you guys thought. So with this recap, basically, people are dying and going to hell. And what are we doing about it, Christians? Are we going to tell people about true life that we're experiencing through Christ? We have nothing to be afraid of. Like, I think one of the points that I made was just one of those things where like people are dying in China for the word and for the gospel to be spread, and we're complaining and like, man, I don't know how, or hey, what if my friend says nah? Like that's the worst that can happen to us. Not persecution and death, but someone being like, nah, I'm not interested. But if we really love other people, we will tell people about the gospel. We'll first act it out and live it out, and then people will notice, and then we'll say it out loud. I think that's yeah. All right, what was your guys' take on the lesson?
I mean, I thought it was a good lesson. I thought it was important. Kind of the thing that like stuck out to me that I kind of always think about is, you know, if somebody you love passes away, you know, you don't want to spend the rest of your life wondering, like, are they going to heaven? Like, I should have talked to them. I don't know where they're at. That kind of a thing.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, even when we were kind of talking about like what APE is and the planning process, just like the emphasis of how important those first three things are when it comes to evangelism. They're like, that's almost like a natural thing after you're praying and you're abiding and you're with God. Your relationship with Him is super good. Like, yeah, it can be forced. Like, you can force evangelism, and I think that's good. I think it is good to force that because, I mean, it gets you out of your comfort zone, getting you moving towards that obedience with God. But I think it comes to a point, if you're abiding and you're praying and you're praising, that it comes more natural for you to talk. Like, you can't think of anything other than to talk about God.
Yeah.
And I've definitely experienced that with multiple of my friends where I was like, I don't know what else to say other than what I'm going through right now with God.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and it's cool because like even people will take notice. And like that's like the biggest thing is like, I mean, if you're living that lifestyle, you will be different. You will be changed. And people will be like, what's going on? As I shared, like that happens to me all the time, man. Like what happened? Like you're not the same guy that you used to be. And dude, I still struggle. I still mess up on things and I still want what I used to want. But it's not to the same degree as anymore. Like I'm trying to change, and Christ and His grace, He granted that change in a lot of different areas, and we're still working through ways, but it's a cool place to be able to evangelize in that way and say, hey, here's what happened. Like you're not experiencing peace, Christ brings peace. You're not experiencing joy, dude, let me tell you about Christ. You want to experience true life and not be stuck? I mean, dude, I got you. Jesus Christ.
yeah, I think it is very powerful when you're acting out the gospel for people to see that. But there's a difference between saying I will evangelize with my actions and then living not like the gospel and actually living like the gospel, living like Jesus lived. That's when they notice, and not just using that as an excuse not to talk to someone about it.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah. The point being brought up of like, hey, like you can act out the gospel and live it, but like if you don't talk about it, like everyone just thinks you're a nice person. So I think that's a huge point. Shout out to Katie Crawford. Cool. And let's dive into the fact of the day. You thought I was going to scream, didn't you?
I thought you were, yeah.
All right. So the first fact here that I have is one of the ingredients needed to make dynamite is peanuts.
Got some peanuts over there.
Oh, yeah, there are peanuts over there.
One of the ingredients needed to make dynamite is peanuts. I love the smell of peanuts. You know, they're like I don't know if you guys had this. I can't remember what it was. Was it like Longhorn Steakhouse or Texas Roadhouse?
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, where you would like just move the peanuts to the floor.
Oh, I mean, I put them in the bucket. Maybe we're not talking about the same thing.
No. Because I had a bucket, but it used to be you could just toss them to the floor.
Like Five Guys also did that for a while.
But then people with peanut allergies.
Probably.
Now, here's a weird fact, and maybe it's not so weird because maybe you guys do it too, but I've never met anybody else that eats peanuts like me, because I actually eat the shell.
No!
I do.
The middle school boys were telling me that that's the way to eat it, and I was like,
They're so much better. It tastes so much better.
Okay.
It tastes good. You just gotta really chew, or else it cuts your throat open as you swallow. You swallow. And eat them by yourself. Like, do it with a friend.
I don't think you should have to say that about any food, though. You
But
should
that's
eat
where all
it by
the
yourself.
nutrients are. That's where all the dirt is in the shell.
I don't want dirt,
Okay.
but I'll try it for you. Next week. Follow Dom as he eats a peanut. All right, before we say this one, Grody.
you fart an average of 14 times a day, and each fart travels from your body at 7 miles an hour.
Do it.
Okay, did you know that cats are not able to taste anything that is sweet?
That makes me want a chocolate bar. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We tried to make it short and sweet for you. And please comment one of your facts of the day. I would love to see one of your facts of the day, and we will use it on our next episode. So comment one of your facts of the day. And we'll see you next time on The End.
What a wonderful world.